each other as far as economy. So far, Jangbi definitely has the lead as far as the economy goes, but just, I would say, slightly at this point. It's not like he is massively in the lead. All of Jangbi's harass attacks haven't taken out barely any probes, if any. I think it's just been a couple tanks. So, a great job by Barracks scouting out this. And, okay, completely running by it. So apparently that was an accident. Oh well, his hair got in the way because there's too much hairspray in it, so it watered his eyes. Wow!
The Wraith gets picked off.
And this, I think we might see some elevator action here, bringing over these units behind this expansion, and this is going to be killer for Barracks. If he does not get this expansion, and he's moving his units away for some reason, I thought he would have seen those units over there with his Wraith, considering he got killed by them. But I don't know if he didn't notice it or what, but all we have to do is see some elevator, which is what Jangbi is going to do here, and then Jangbi is going to be able to sweep in from the top, and he's going to keep that expansion from mining. He might even be able to destroy the base if Barracks doesn't get up here soon. Barracks transferring all of his SCV, well, a couple SCVs over, but good job bringing the tanks up there from the end.
Yeah, that's I think why he wasn't too worried is because, you know, he knew
they were on the way.
Well, the tank, all he did is put a couple tanks up there and, you know, GG goon range.
Right.
That's all it takes. Interestingly, we see Jangbi putting a few Dragoons on the left side of his main base because he knew the starport was there. He may have seen the dropships, I'm not sure, but we are probably going to see some vulture drops coming in here. He may do, I don't know where the tanks went, so we may see some vultures along with tanks going with a double drop over there. That could be interesting. Yeah. But Jangbi seemed prepared for it. Now Jangbi coming in with 2 speed shuttles, which are, I think they might have gotten spotted by those vultures there, although Barracks might not be on top of his game as other players. And here he comes in with 2 shuttles, a couple Reavers and a few Zealots coming in. 1 shuttle goes down, but it doesn't matter. All he needs to do is have 1 shuttle to deal with those Reavers. Couple Scarabs going off everywhere, and the Zealots are going to be able to distract all of his forces while the Reavers pop shots off from behind. And this is looking really, really good for Jangbi. He's lost all of his Zealots, but well, actually,
I would have liked to see more done with that.
He didn't really do a ton of damage in hindsight. He killed a couple vultures, and that's pretty much it. So
set some supply depots on fire. I felt like he could have done more there, but you know what? That's actually really good placement of the supply depots by Barracks. I didn't think about that, but if that was intentional, he essentially blocked, and obviously the more you confuse a Scarab, the less chance it has of actually hitting, the longer it takes to hit the target. So that was actually not a bad idea, and Jangbi might have seen that and made the decision to not go after the SCVs because he could have potentially wasted Scarabs. So I gotta say, if that was intentional by Barracks, then, which I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, that was actually really smart in how he placed that.
Well, at the same time, you see players like Flash go in and they space out their depots so they don't...
Because sometimes all die at once.
Yeah, so they don't all die at once. Because if you have a double Reaver action like that,
that's true.
And popping a tank, nicely done. Whoa, dropships chasing shuttle, but not gonna happen. Then if you get a few Scarab shots off in the middle of that clump of depots, you can kill 4 depots at once. But
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's kind of give and take, I guess. Whatever you want to do. But you're right. It did protect kind of that angle from Scarab shots a little bit. Anyway, so both players just kind of macroing up here, and
wow.
I'm really surprised Jangbi hasn't taken a 4th base at this point, actually, because he's starting to fall a little bit behind. He's focusing a lot on this harassment. He doesn't seem to be macroing up too well, and they're about even in supply, which means that Jangbi's behind because the Protoss wants to have a little bit of a lead in supply on the Terran player. Actually, it looks like there is a 4th base starting up here, and it might just get shut down by these dropships very, very quickly. And some vultures running out as well. Wow, so nice little drop. It's gonna... Never mind.
Possibly.
Just checking the area out.
Yeah, it looks like he missed his chance. I don't know what his plan was. I don't know if he might have scanned and maybe seen what was up there, but that Wraith's going to die if it runs in there. And actually a lot of mines going down. Now that's good to see. That's something that you want to have on a map like this where there's not a lot of places you can walk as a ground unit, so if you can mine up a lot, then that's good, although Jangbi certainly has his observers out around right now. But very, very strong defense of that expansion there, so a good job on Jangbi for that. And it looks like Barracks might be trying to range this expansion here. He's already been observed, so he can get taken out, and he is going to get taken out fairly quickly here. Although, nope.
The Wraith? There's another Wraith in the area, and I think he's waiting for that shuttle to bring it in.
Okay. But you know what? It looks like that's going to get squashed. Although that is a good amount of vultures, and Barracks is doing a good job with his vultures placement. Ooh. So Jangbi doing a good job taking out one of the tanks, and the Reaver is at half health, though. So, I mean, Barracks doing what he can, which is not that much right now. I don't know if he has eventual plans to take that base, because certainly that would help him out, but also be very difficult to defend. But he is still ranging it with 1 tank, so I feel like Jangbi's going to be able to clean this up fairly well. I don't know if he's worried about it right now. He's just kind of bringing Dragoons around. And now we're seeing Barracks move out, and he has macroed up, as we had mentioned before. Jangbi with those Templars, hopefully we'll see some good storms that he's so famous for. I've been missing good storms after watching Best play. Yeah. Anyways, I'm missing some good storms, so I hope we see some good storms from Jangbi.
Yeah, hopefully. And it looks like Jangbi's just trying to clean this up.
Oh!
The Scarab goes off.
Beautiful.
Takes out that last tank. That's going to allow him to put up some more defense in that position. But, excuse me, Barracks is moving out. Looks like he's just going to set up and try and take his 4th base there. And he kind of had to move out for that, because otherwise the next base he would be able to take would... Well, I don't actually. Wow, yeah, I think he's taken all the bases on the left side that he could. Yeah. He has to move down now.
Right.
So he's gonna move out and try and take that 4th. Jangbi, you know, kind of staying behind here. He's not really gotten that 4th base up yet. If he doesn't get it going pretty soon, then he's gonna be behind in economy on Barracks. And even though he's taken out some tanks and crap, he hasn't really killed any SCVs. He only killed a few SCVs here and there with his Reavers and what have you. Although we could see some more here, going in suiciding a couple shuttles.
Oh, that shuttle did not drop his whole payload.
And takes out the tank though. Oh, nice pop. There we go. There's some SCVs for you. That Scarab's probably gonna dud. Oh. Dud Scarab, but the Reaver's still with 10 kills on it from a couple shots on those other ones, and he's going to be able to do a decent amount of damage here and stop him from mining at his 3rd base there. Really a lot more damage than I expected there. Yeah. But he's kind of moving on. He's teching to Arbiters right now, kind of moving on to later tech, and so he's kind of like, all right, well, I got these extra Reavers lying around. I'll just you know, do some extra harassment. Sometimes they keep them and use them in their battles, but oftentimes when there's a ton of tanks around, they'll just pop and not be very effective. So I think that was probably the best use of them he could get. And there's the Arbiters on the way. Right. Actually, first Arbiter out. So you could be seeing some recalls going on here, and that's gonna help him a lot. In well, it looks like I thought Barracks was gonna keep attacking that 3 o'clock location.
Right.
So anyway, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Jangbi is outplaying, but he's not out macroing Barracks at all.
Now we have a kind of a large attack going in here. Now this is the base to take right here, because if Barracks cannot reinforce this, now a Science Vessel is out, so that EMP is going to come into play if Jangbi tries to bring in Templars. And wow, a multi-attack actually.
There's the storms we know.
That is huge. That is huge. Jangbi just took out about 12 tanks with storms, and Barracks was not able to get off the EMP that I was just talking about. That was huge. Jangbi at this point can probably take out both of those bases. Both the base that you're seeing right there and the base to the south of it. I feel like Jangbi at this point, he did lose, you know, several units, but that was a massive, massive loss. Wow, I blinked and I almost missed that, man.
Oh my god. And you know, everyone always says, like, oh man, we want to see storms like Jangbi's against Nada. Oh man. And it's like, no, that was a one-time thing, but I cannot believe he just repeated himself there.
That was epic.
And except now he's going to completely fail with this little storm drop on the SCVs, but whatever. That was epic. That was not as epic as the other one,
you know
but it was close, and he took out a lot of tanks. Basically, he just took out Barracks' entire army. Now if he was not able to out macro before, I mean, look, now he's gone down from, he had 170 supply, he's now at 130. So he had probably 120 or 110 after those storms. So Jangbi now is in the lead, and he still needs to work on shutting down these mining operations going on, but he's in a lot better position now.
Those storms actually reminded me of a game with Reach versus Flash. I think it was about 9 months ago. I can't remember if it was actually in, I think it was just a standard Pro League match. And I think we might see a recall coming in here. We are going to see a recall. Huge!